one of the best ones was when he was telling me about he did a protest at City Hall and had a funny car at City Hall. Nobody believed the story.
Well, Mayor Bradley always told me, he said, now Willie, when you come down and demonstrate around City Hall, then I got to get involved. And I get involved, and I can go out to the Harbor Department and say, okay, what's the problem? Willie demonstrating at City Hall, and then, okay, the property is available, open Willie up. So that's what, so.
Yeah, but the funny car story, nobody believed, and we found the picture. Willie had the picture of the funny car, the news article, everything, proving it wasn't just an urban legend. It was a real story.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Times, yeah.
Yeah, and they showed it. Now, why can't you do a protest today? You don't think that would be effective?
To be honest with you, a lot of the fight, because of losing Tomiko, a lot of the fight has gone out of me. I'm not really, I've almost got to the point where I don't care. Like I told you, and I tell a lot of the family and stuff and personal friends, I asked God to take me when Tomiko died. And so he didn't take me. And so everybody, including Mayor Verragoso, said, well, LA still needs you, Willie. You still got work to do. And so, and I'm slowly getting back into the work. I promised God, I said, okay, God, you want me to do certain things. You want me to be Big Willie and stop the killings and bring people together. Okay. I have chapters in 21 foreign countries. Last country we signed up was Russia. There's street races in Russia. I said, okay, I will go to Australia. We got chapters in Australia, Queensland, Brisbane, Sydney, Australia. We got chapters in South Africa. We got chapters in Germany, France, Spain. We got chapters in Japan, Korea. I said I would go to anywhere on the planet to do what you want me to do. And so then I get a call from Chicago. And so he said, Willie, we're having a race of legends. And you're a legend, and everybody back here wants to see you again. You hadn't been back here for 35 years. When you and Tomiko's here was in 73. And so, and we will pay, we'll get a plane to fly you here. We will pay you to come. And I said, oh man, since my wife died, I haven't gone nowhere. I'm just right here. I'm still grieving and stuff, and so I said, I'll think about it. And so I turn on the TV, NBC World News Tonight. I'm kicking back. Okay, I know where the track is located because when we were back there in 73, it's between Chicago and Milwaukee. So I turn on the TV. I'm looking at it. I see 3 faces of young black kids that was killed in the crossfire of the gangs in New York. So, okay, I'm looking. And then the commentators say, well, as you know out there, Chicago is now #1 murder city in the United States. I said, wow. I got the message. It was the way God gave me a message. I cut the TV off and I called Chicago. I said, Mike, what plane do I catch? And he said, okay, you catch the plane, blah, blah, AirTran. And he told me, I said, okay. And so God, this was a message from God, but it wasn't the end. I'm getting ready to tell you a shocker. Okay, so I go back to Chicago. I go back there, Chicago, the old Chicago street races, and everybody, And since we've been in Los Angeles with our racetrack and everything, Tomiko and I became extra famous. Because we had a racetrack in Los Angeles, and I mean, but anyway, everybody come together, and I'm giving a speech. I'm in the tower talking to everybody, and telling them I got to stop the killings in Chicago. I need everybody here to help me. All the street racers, we got to stop the killings, man. You guys are number one, and so on and so on. Well, there's also, I go back to the hotel and turn on TV, and then there's news from Milwaukee. They had a Milwaukee Street Festival. A guy walks up to another guy, pulls his gun, and put 3 slugs in the guy's chest. The guy hits the ground, then the guy walk over and shoot him in the head. Damn, Milwaukee. And I got a lot of street racers in Milwaukee. So I came back to LA. I started the ball rolling in Chicago, in Milwaukee, and so I come back to LA, and before I left the track, the guy want me back at the track. And they want me to come back, and they said, you ever thought about living back here? I said, hey, I've thought about living all over the United States, but I'm not. LA is my home. That's the home base. That's the mother chapter. And so anyway, I come back home. So I'm turning the TV again. World News Tonight. They have the tallest building in the United States right now is the Sears Tower. Sears Tower. The Sears Tower has been bought. And so they talking to the owner of the Sears Tower now. He's standing out there and talking with all the reporters. He said, well, what you guys want me to call it? I know what we'll call it. We'll call it the Big Willie Tower. And I was doing something, and I had what's going on in Chicago? And so they was talking to the reporter, yeah, we'll call it the Big Willie Tower. And so the organization that he had that bought the tower is the Willie's Tower. That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, I say, God, now this is a real, this is a heavy message that they have taken the Sears Tower and then turned it, because the guy said plain and simple, we call it the Big Willie Tower. I said, okay. Well, I am working. I say, God, I'm working now. The people, they want me back for August. Cleveland first want me. They want me in Cleveland, Ohio for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I think it was the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th or something like that. And then they wanted me back in the Chicago track on the 16th. Then they wanted me back for Labor Day weekend, just now, the Labor Day. And I got it, then a name. So I go to Cleveland, Ohio. Then I had to catch a Greyhound bus from Columbus, Ohio to Chicago. The Greyhound station is right 2 blocks from the Sears Tower, the Big Willie Tower. And I'm standing looking at the tower. And it's way up there. It's 115 floors or whatever. And I was talking to the people. They named the tower after me. They didn't mean to. I haven't done nothing for them to name the tower after me. But now it's the Big Willie Tower. And I'm looking at it. And it's a phenomenon. To stand there and look at it. Because, like when Tomiko and I used to go to New York, we were in the Empire State Building. We went to the Twin Towers. And the first tower that came down was that was the tower that everybody took all the way to the top. And so, I'm really fascinated with tall buildings, especially since I jump out of airplanes to skydive and stuff with green, the Green Berets. So I love tall buildings. Tomiko said she was always scared of heights, but she flew on airplanes and everything. She got brave. But the bottom line is that I couldn't help but stand there and admire. I'm looking at the Sears Tower, which is no longer the Sears Tower. And so So like all my life, I've always had, you know, I was baptized at the age of 9, but I always had a communication with God. I talked to your dad. I told him a lot of personal stuff, that I didn't talk about to anybody but family.
So,
And
what do you think it's going to take now to open the track, though?
oh, it's politics. We got look at Verragosa, man. He sucks as a mayor. I mean, hey, man. He became mayor. He had a beautiful wife who was a school teacher. His kids. And I'm thinking, hey, this is a, married man, decent. But no, what happened? His first girlfriend was a reporter from another Channel 5 or something like that. Some channel. And then later on, he didn't quit her. Now he got another girlfriend. And what are we hearing? I mean, look at Bill Clinton. I gave him a good pitch. He didn't have sex with Monica Lewinsky. She was on his desk, but he didn't have sex. And so, what's happening? Every time you turn around in Washington, D.C., what about the governor of South Carolina?
Everywhere.
I mean, so...
At least 3 governors in the past, small time space have been caught.
Yeah, and so Verragosa, he's no better. I mean, and so I'm hoping that Sheriff Bach could take care of business. And that's basically it. I'm just playing it politics, And so, the land is free. I talked to God when the economy went in the toilet. All the harbors, Long Beach and Los Angeles, full of cars. They come in by the boatloads, filling up all the land. So the land, because see, Nissan is one of our sponsors. They gave us cars for the racetrack. So anyway, the property on Anaheim between Alameda and Henry Ford, that's where they store all the Nissans. So I went there and worked out a deal. The guy said, yeah, we'll give you half of it. We'll push the Nissans over toward Alameda, and you have the land over by Henry Ford. And so then all of a sudden I turn around, and the whole place is full of Nissans. I say, God, this is the one you got to handle. You pull the miracles. And so all of a sudden, one of my lowrider officers who goes out to the harbor to pick up parts and stuff or something from the harbor, all of a sudden, he called me one day and said, Willie, you know that map you showed me of the property that you're going to get here in the harbor? There are no cars. They're all gone. I said, you kidding? They're gone, Willie. They're all gone. And so I drove out there. I said, I just can't take his word for it. I got to go out and see myself. So I drove out to Alameda and Anaheim and Henry Ford, and it's empty. Every inch. It's a mile long, and it's wide, and it's empty. So I drew up maps, and I gave it to Sheriff Lee Baca. I said, now, you talk to Mayor Verragosa about this. He said, okay. So in the meantime, I've been busy traveling to Chicago and to Ohio, and I haven't had a chance to check with Lee Baca. I got to call and find out from him what's happening. But that's about it, But I try to renege on my promise to God, but I could not. I couldn't renege. God talked to me too heavy, and I am doing some good at getting the people to stop killing. Because in Chicago, it's mainly black on black, and so it's stupid. The gang members can't shoot, and the economy being in the toilet got everybody all on the street hustling and stuff.